Hey y'all, welcome to Little Acre Homestead. My name is Rowan and today I'm bringing you the definitive 2023 tomato tier list. It's not actually definitive and I don't care what you grow in your garden. I just think that this format is really fun, so don't waste your finite energy being mad in the comments. So here's how it works. We've got our S top tier ranked tomatoes up here. A, pretty good, would definitely grow again. B, and you know, that's all right, so it's fine. C, middle of the road. D, probably wouldn't grow again, might give it a try. E, really starting to get to the bottom of the barrel here. F, these tomatoes will not grow again. So let's get started. First up, 4th of July hybrid. This is a 4-ounce fruit, ripens early in clusters, and is a high-yielding, indeterminate plant. I'm gonna give this a C just because I haven't been able to grow it yet. I am very excited to see how it does. Hopeful, definitely gonna give it a try. This one I'm very excited for. It's the Burpees Super Steak Hybrid. We've grown similar tomatoes to this in the past. They are supposed to yield 1 to 2 pound fruits and they are an indeterminate variety. Last year we had a lot of problems with splitting, so I'm hopeful that this year that doesn't happen, so that we'll actually be able to get these big, beautiful steak tomatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a B. Now for this one, I don't have a seed packet because I went through all of them and I threw it away. So suspend your disbelief with me. This is the Black Beauty tomato. I know, incredible art from Baker Creek. Now this tomato I have been very disappointed by for the past 2 years, but I still want to keep trying to grow it. I'm just gonna take a break from it this year. I have not been able to get them to turn black, which is the whole reason I had them in my garden in the first place. So for that, I'm giving them an E. Next up is a tomato that is pretty near and dear to my heart, and that is the Roma paste tomato. I don't really like paste tomatoes very much. I don't think that they taste particularly good. However, I grow this variety because my grandmother's name was Roma and she taught me how to grow tomatoes. So it makes me feel like she's even closer to me in the garden. So I'm gonna give it an A, not an S, okay? All right, I understand, but it's still a paste tomato, okay? Next up, we've got Everglades tomatoes. These come from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. I admit that I have not been able to grow these yet. However, they are a cherry tomato. They do trellis. I expect that they're going to be good, so I have hopes for their potential. I'm gonna give it a C just because I haven't been able to grow it yet. All right, for any of you who followed along last year, you know that my tomato harvest failed because I was very pregnant, it was very rainy, I couldn't get out there and prune. It just didn't go super great. However, we had one tomato that, despite the lack of care and the overabundance of rain, produced super well, and that was the large red cherry from Fairy Morse. This tomato is so good. I love it. We snacked on it all summer and it was delicious. So for that, it's getting an S rank. Next up, we have a trellising cherry tomato. This is the Yellow Centiflor from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. Again, I have not been able to grow this yet, so we'll see how it goes. However, I expect it's going to be really good. I assume that it's yellow, which Alex is very excited about. He wants to try the varieties that aren't just red. So I'm hopeful that it'll be good. Gonna give it a C just because I haven't been able to grow it yet. Next is the Black Cherry from Baker Creek. I'm hopeful that this tomato will also be very good. We love cherry tomatoes in this house because we snack on them pretty much constantly. It's fun color, it's sweet, very excited to give it a try. We're gonna give it a B. So here's a controversial take. This is the Amish paste, which I don't like. I know that they're really good for canning. They're not overly juicy. I don't think they taste very good. And I don't really care which tomatoes I use for canning as long as it's not overly watery for whatever the recipe is, even though that's easily fixable. I don't love taking up space in my garden for this variety, but they are really good for stretching out canning recipes. I'm gonna give this a D. This is one of my favorite tomatoes that we've been able to grow, and that is Brad's Atomic Grape from Baker Creek. It comes from Wild Boar Farms. It's a grape tomato with these beautiful yellow and purple colors when they're ripe, and it is sweet, delicious, easy to snack on, great in salads. I will grow these every year forever as long as I can get the seeds. This gets an S rank. Last up, I don't have a seed packet for the variety that I grew 2 years ago. Mine was called the Red Currant, and anybody who's followed this channel for a long time knows how I feel about the red currant tomato. So one of the free seeds this year from Baker Creek is called a spoon tomato. They are teeny tiny little disasters, okay? I don't care for this type of tomato. They don't taste good. The skin is super thick, so they don't have a good mouth feel. They don't all ripen at the same time on the stem, and they're super aggressive. When I grew this variety of tomato, it choked out my Amish paste, it choked out my beefsteak tomatoes, and it almost took out my cherry tomatoes, which is what we grow the most of and what we love in this house. So for that, these get an F. And there we have it, folks, the definitive tomato tier list of 2023. Up here in S rank, definitely gonna grow these again. Large red cherries, Brad's Atomic Grape. In A, we have the Roma tomato, mostly to honor my grandma because paste tomatoes are not my favorite. For B, we have Burpee's Super Steak Hybrid, as well as the black cherry from Baker Creek. In C, I admit that we have tomatoes I haven't grown before. They just get the middle of the road, okay? I believe in them and their potential to become even better. But we've got the 4th of July Hybrid, Everglades, and the Yellow Centiflora. Down here in D, we have Amish paste. I know, it's a controversial take, okay? I get it, this is just my opinion, okay? Down here in E, we have Black Beauties. I'm gonna take a break from them this year, but I believe that I can try them again and get them right, get them to turn black, just not this year. And finally, down at the bottom, literally every variety of spoon tomato. Okay, they're terrible. Thanks so much for joining me at Little Acre Homestead and for subscribing. I'll see you again very soon.